So what you're gonna do is, this is the main screen. Now, sweet, awesome. This is the main screen. Multiplayer takes you multiplayer games, missions take you missions. Now in here, there's training, battle, survival. Today we'll be doing some survival, and there's 4 maps. And today we'll be doing it on Tatooine. We'll be doing it on normal mode, so easiest mode. But we'll be doing it solo too, so no partners. It's just gonna be me. Now, the hard mode and master mode are really hard. Usually you want to do it with a friend. There are certain ways to do it on solo mode that you can beat it really easy, but I sort of think that they're cheating ways. One thing that's good to do at the beginning is pick a gun. Now you might think, wow, how am I going to pick a gun? I have nothing unlocked yet. Well, it's okay. It gives you every single gun in the game. See? Right here. Every single gun in the game is right here. Now, I would suggest going with the EE3, E11, or A280, because these two, this is the main Rebel gun that's used, and it's a pretty good gun. This is the main Imperial gun that's used, and it's a really good gun too. These are pretty much the exact same gun, just a little bit different. Now this is Boba Fett's gun. Not as strong, maybe not look super good, but I think it's great. And every time you press the trigger, it automatically, yeah, said that correctly, thought I didn't. But automatically kills a normal stormtrooper. So that's what I'm going to be going with, and that's what you guys should probably go with too. Now hands. If you complete it on hard mode, then you get to use your own hand. But you can use the Raider, which has a jump pack. Both of these have a jump pack. Don't worry about that. Ion Shot and Personal Shield. Personally, I think Ion Shot's a little bit better because on normal mode, that's going to help you take out the ATSTs. But the bubble, yeah, it can get you out of some pretty tough situations. The barrage is good for big groups of guys, but not really good for the ATSTs. This Ion Torpedo does a lot of damage to ATSTs, so this is what I'm going to go with today. Plus Personal Shield isn't too bad. So let's get this started up, and I'll just let you guys watch this video.
Not my best landing.
Let me turn the volume on.
Hey, let's go!
Okay, here we are. As you can see, it showed 2 people, but there's no one else helping me fight. Now, personally, I feel like you should get to a point where you can mostly see everything, and so that's what I'm going to do. Now, I like up here. This is where I like. First of all, it's good, and you can see almost everything. Now, I just missed completely there, so that was a terrible shot. But, and I missed again. Man, I'm sorry. But, as you can see, it's good for long range. Every time I press the trigger, it will kill one of these normal guys. Now, this guy's coming up. Now, as you can see, on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen is a mini-map sort of thing. And the red shows you what direction guys are in. And this can help you out when you can't really find anyone or something. Now, as you can see up at the top, there are 2 red hearts and 4 sort of faded hearts. You can collect hearts to fill that up, and hearts come in after every drop pod. And then there's the time of how long you've been going next to that, and then next to that there are how many enemies are left. And on the side, as you can just see, it showed, watch out, there's some shock troopers coming in, which is that guy right there, which they're pretty good. Honestly, I would personally leave them until you take everyone else out, so you can focus on them. And make sure you try and get as many headshots in as you can, because that'll do a lot more damage. Now here's the last guy. Failing really bad at my aim. So, next to where it says the enemies left, there is wave, 2 out of 15. Right now I'm on 3 out of 15. There's 15 waves, they get harder. every 3rd, 6th, 9th, 12th, and 15th wave, a drop pod comes in. And that right there was a drop pod. On this wave, there's only going to be one enemy, and you're going to be like, well, what is it? It's an ATST. It's just to sort of show you. Later on these waves, ATSTs and guys come, and they get progressively harder and harder. And on your mini-map, it's sort of hard to see, but there's a little red dot that shows me that where he is. And right now, since there are no other guys, I'm gonna run away from the drop pod and leave it and let it get claimed, because the ATSD cannot claim that pod. But watch out, because if there are other guys and not just the ATSD, then they can claim that. As you see just there, I used my ion torpedo, which does a pretty good deal of damage to these guys. I'm gonna quickly get out of here because I don't want to die. I don't want to be too close to him because he's super good. As you can see up there, it says pod defended. Now there's going to be some power-ups that come out that can really help me out. So I'm going to try and make sure that he gets drawn that I sort of draw him over this way. I'm going to wait until he gets about right there. So that way I can quickly go over there, get the power-ups, and then use them on them. Now, there are multiple power-ups you can get. And depends on what I'll get, but I'll show you like what you can use best with each one. Smart rocket. I would save these just for ATSDs because these do a lot of damage to these guys. They sort of lock on if you get close, and as you can see, I can totally kill him with my ion torpedo. I just want to let you guys see how good these power-ups are to the ATSD. Another smart rocket. You can already see what that's happened to him. I'm not going to waste it on him. So I will come back for this power up after I use the smart rocket on the next ATST, which will be a little bit, but so I'll just explain. Sometimes you can get proximity bombs with those, which honestly, just figure out where the most amount of guys come out, which is usually right there. Place it down, and then when they come close enough, they'll blow up. As you can see, this is a heart, so I'm gonna go get it. Because in case I die, I want another heart. And then there are infantry turrets, which honestly are super good. Just place them down in sort of a hidden area to make sure that they can still hit guys. And it'll just keep on shooting them and shooting them and shooting them, and it will be amazing. And there are blaster cannons, which if I get one, I'll show you the place that you want to place it in, because there's one place that can literally cover almost the entire map. Well, that side of the map with just placing in this one spot. It's really good rotation. It's probably the best spot to place it. I love it. It's great. And you can also get a orbital strike, which honestly, if you see an ATSD and it's full health, just stop right by it so that it stays in one spot. Get that orbital strike out, plant it right in front, like right on him. As long as he doesn't move, he's gonna be down. You don't even have to do anything, it'll just kill him for you. Now, there are some other power-ups that I just can't think of right now, and maybe I'll think of them. Oh yeah, thermal imploder. Now these pretty much like a massive grenade. Pretty sure you guys probably know what they are, but to ATSDs, they do about the same amount of damage as smart rocket does to them. And so, in this wave, we've got these guys that come in, which have a shield, and so you've got to wait until that shield goes away to be able to hit them. And they can't have a shield while they're flying in midair, so try and get them while they're in midair. And try not to shoot at them when they don't have their shield up, because then they'll just put it up before you can do any damage to them. Where's this last guy? I think I covered all the power-ups. Might have not, I can't remember, but yeah. Make sure that you don't stand where a drop pod is coming in, because that can kill you. Drop pod locations are there, right here, and there's another one that comes in right there, one that comes in up there, And the last one comes in over there. Now, you honestly want to make sure this one comes early, then this one also, then this one, then this one, then this one. Because the more isolated they are, well, the one in the front, like, on the ground where you first spawn in, that one's probably the worst location to have a drop pod. Trust me. So you want it to come in the first wave where there's just an ATS. Then if you get lucky, you want the one over there to come. Then the one I'm standing at right now. Then the one up there, then the one over there. The reason is excuse me. The reason is because the more isolated they are, the better they are, and the less guys can get to them. So if I take out this guy, I can leave the drop pod, and I can be perfectly fine, and it'll be all good. Now let me go get this power up real quick, because I didn't get it before. I'm going to quickly put up a personal shield, because I don't want him to get me. See, this is an infantry turret. Usually you just want to place it somewhere where a lot of guys come in. So right here, this side gets a lot of guys. Not the best placement, as you can see. It's sort of floating a little bit. But, you know, that's fine. This guy, it's really pissing me off. And I do not like these guys. He should go down here soon. So I'm just going to wait for him to get out. And really, your blaster does like no damage to these guys pretty much. It's really small rockets, iron torpedoes. Oh yeah, another power up you can get is a vehicle turret, which in survival just targets those guys on this map, which can be really good. And it can do a lot of damage in a short amount of time. So if you get one of those, make sure you place it where it will most likely see an ATST. This thermal imploder, I'm going to use it when there's a big group of guys, because then, honestly, it'll just kill them all, and it'll be freaking epic. As you can see, they're shooting at my infantry turret, which actually is pretty good, so then I can get some more time to maybe run away if they're over there. So I can tell that they just destroyed it, because they're not shooting at it. There's a lot of guys in that crevice. And then, boom. Since that's a shock trooper, trust me, those guys can withstand a lot of things. Don't be worried if you don't kill them in one hit with a thermal imploder, because those guys, I think you might be able to shoot a small rocket at them, and they may just barely die. Sometimes, if you don't get it right, they won't even die. So, they have a lot of health. Man. Sorry. Then, a vehicle turret. I know that they come around here a lot, so I'm going to place it down. These guys have homing missiles, which do a lot of damage, and they can just lock on, but that's pretty much it. So you can see I just got an orbital strike, which next ATST that comes in, I won't have to worry about him, because that thing just does too much damage. Oh my goodness. This isn't the... But, if I just take out these guys, and as you could hear, maybe you heard the homing shot and you could see that a missile was locking onto me. That guy right there. Or that chick. But they're the person you want to take out, because now, apparently it's lagging a little bit, so hold on just a second. Xbox switch. Xbox switch. Okay, I don't know what is going on, but I'm sorry if it was lagging right there. I'm not sure what's going on. This is my first time, but so I'll try and figure that out, see how bad it is.
under our control.
See, once I see this ATSD, which I can see on my minimap is coming from over there, so I just need to watch out, but as long as I take everyone out but the ATSD, I can just leave this drop pod. It will be perfectly fine. No one can claim it, because they can't get out of there, the ATSD. They're shooting at my vehicle turret right now because they don't want to damage the ATSD, obviously. I'm not going to take him while he's doing that. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm going to have to get out of here because this is not a good place to be right now.
We've seized the escape pod.
Okay, pod is defended. I can leave it. They can't claim it. Trust me. Man, sorry, my cough's not been good today. Now, see if I can get him into a location where it'll... Uh-oh. I heard it. Okay. Right there, see you stop, or we'll strike on him. As long as he doesn't move, he's going down. He's out of here. There's one guy left, it's a shock trooper. Now get out here. Oh, I thought I had a power up for a second, yet I don't. So, now I know that there are two best spots for the drop pod to be later in waves. I know that it's going to be over there, so I know that I'm going to have some good times trying to get the pod defended, which will be pretty easy since they're over there. Now, we've got some shadow troopers that are coming in, which have a lot of health. They're pretty good health, but don't be too worried because you guys can take on shock troopers. That guy's right there. He's a shadow trooper. They can turn invisible, but you can see them. They do have more health than normal people, but shock troopers have more. Honestly, if you can take out a shock trooper, you can take out a shadow trooper. They're not much harder. Okay, he just threw a grenade that did like 0 damage to me. There's a sniper that's trying to shoot me on this ridge. There we go, took him out. Now, so I'm gonna come up here to where my favorite spot is. And now, right now, since there's no other guys coming in, it's pretty much just the exact same, just more people. And pew. So where are these guys at? You gotta lead your shots, or else you will not hit them. Sometimes sometimes if you land their shots close, they actually like fake their death a little bit, which is, they like drop down and sort of like crouch a little bit. They like, to me I call it faking their death because they don't really die, but they get hurt and it looks like they die, and then I try and go somewhere else to get them, but I don't actually get them. Where's this guy? Right there. They do have a lot of health, but if you get headshots, you'll be perfectly fine. See where it'll come in. It's going to come in right there, or is it going to come in right over there? It's going to come in over there, which ain't bad because to me that spot's better than this spot. But that's my personal opinion. You guys can choose whatever. So let's go and claim this, and we know we have an ATST. So we're going to use our smart rocket on him, and we've got 2 things down there, and we're going to get some more power-ups out of here. Now, something to tell you, I just always, on the last wave, like to get every single power-up I can, just get them out of here, and then just try and, maybe if I've already taken out the ATST, and there's just a guy left, maybe I just try and take him out, just using a bunch of power-ups, maybe like even a normal strike, because why not? It's the last level, last guy. Honestly, no point in just leaving him just to do a small little thing, so I just like to do that. Came down here to get those power-ups because he's the last guy. Squad shield, that's pretty good. Probably should have saved it and placed it up there, but you know, if I'm ever in trouble, I can just come down here and get it. I'm gonna go try and get those power-ups to see what I can get to do as much damage to him as I can. Try and use your jump pack as much as you can, because it can help you out a lot and can get you out of some pretty bad situations. There's squad shield, not too bad. Now he's focused on that infantry turret, which is pretty good. But if you get, see how I just got another one? Despawns the one down there and puts this one up here. Since I got another squad shield, it'll despawn that one and I'll put this one up. So you gotta be careful. You can't have just multiple of one thing up. So we did some good damage there. Squad shields don't have a lot of health to get that, so maybe try and save it a little bit. Just maybe go in them when you're low health and try and get regen health. But I'm gonna try and do something. Dang it, so close. I was gonna try and jump on him because you can do that, and they can actually hurt you when you're on them. And when they blow up, when they die, you can do take some damage. You may even die sometimes, but I like to do it just for fun. Tiny bit of health left. He's down.
Incredible.
Now there should be a life coming in, which will be the last one. It usually comes in where the drop pod is, sometimes not. Most of the time when it comes in, it's near the drop pod that just barely came in, but it's usually pretty close to around where a drop pod location is also. Now I've got to go back. You know what? I'll just go this way. Whatever. Let's get up here because personally, like I said, I think this spot is really good. And they're just hucking those grenades, aren't they? As you can see, we've got a shadow trooper right there. I'm gonna leave him because honestly I don't see any point in trying to take him out from that long range. Using my mini map here to see where guys are gonna come at. This guy's using a pulse cannon, which is really good. You should probably try those, but honestly, I don't know how he keeps on shooting in rapid fire, because ours we can only like shoot one every 20 seconds unless you upgrade yours, then shoot it more often. So you can see the shadow tubes right there. Watch out, those guys have a gun, do extreme amount of damage. And so, if you like to go up and melee people and just be like, funny, I'm going to go up and melee this guy, don't do it on shock troopers and shadow troopers unless you know they're very low health. Because shock troopers, you can get 5 melee hits in them and they may not even die. It's insane. And they can maybe melee you and you die. And shadow troopers, just watch out because they've got really good guns. If they get a hit on you, it's going to take you down a lot of health. Where are you guys? Okay, they're right there. Shadow Trooper, obviously gonna try not to get him yet. You can see there was a missile locking onto me, which is that guy right there, so I'm trying to take him out so that I don't get more of those missiles locking on me. I'm gonna try and take this guy out because I don't want him to be shooting at me a bunch and taking me down health. Obviously. Shadow Trooper, watch out. Those guys, you may not see them. Just make sure you watch out. These guys do so little damage. You honestly can be right here shooting at a shock trooper. One can be right there. Be just fine. As long as this guy doesn't hit you, that guy's gonna do like 0 damage to you. So this is the final wave. As you can see, this is the last drop pod location.
Pod is down.
I know it's gonna be over here. Try and get to them as fast as you can to claim them. And get some pretty good stuff out of it. And now, since this is the last wave, it's the hardest wave, but you need to make sure that you take out the ATSD first, or leave them till the end and just make sure you take out the other guys so that they can't claim the pod. And then there's 10 plus enemies, so anywhere between 10 and 15 enemies, which is a lot. And as you can see, he's coming in first of all, which is not good, but it's over halfway complete. I'm gonna quickly use a bubble here. As you can't shoot while you're in these, and nothing can really hurt you, but just be careful of that. I'm gonna try and use the drop pod as cover. Power up spawn. Since it already came in, I'm just gonna get out of here. No point in staying here. I can shoot ion well, I thought I could shoot ion torpedoes in here. Apparently I can't. I'm gonna try and take out the ATSD because it's super annoying. Try and get them. Oh dang. This guy right here. Uh-oh, Shadow Trooper plus ATSD. We need to get out of here. Oh dang. I'm gonna try and loop around to the back to get to that drop pod and try and get the stuff in it. I'm just gonna wait here, maybe. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna go to it. I'm gonna keep the ATSD for the last guy, which he's cutting me off, which is a pretty smart move. He was coming around the back here. Taking him out. Oops. Uh-oh. I know the ATSD is coming up behind me. No, it's coming around right there. He just threw a flash grenade, which is super good. See, I just meleeed that guy a bunch. They barely take down any health. Since this is the last guy, I'm just gonna have some fun with killing him. I'm gonna go see what I get from these power-ups and just wreck him. Might as well just use up the last bubble here. Don't really need it, but sure, why not? So let's see what we get. Orbital strike, really good. I'll wait for him to come out, call the orbital strike, quickly get this one. Whatever it is, I'm just gonna place it down. Or if it's like a small rocket, just use it. I'm surprised I haven't gotten a blaster cannon so far because I want to show you a really good spot to put that. And I can show you, I just sort of don't want to right this second. Oh, proximity bomb. He actually didn't take down much health because he was out of that little circle a little bit. One thing that's nice about proximity bombs is you can shoot them to make them explode, so maybe you like don't want, like they're not getting close enough to set off the proximity bomb, but you know it's going to do damage to them, so remember where it is and you can get good aim, you can shoot it, and it'll blow up. So guys, I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. As you can see, it gives me the stats. 0 deaths. That's my best survival guide for you. And sorry about me sniffing and coughing. It's not my fault. I've just had really bad throat lately. And so I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you check me out next time. Thank you so much. Hope drop a like, subscribe, please. Thank you. Bye.